General Hospital spoilers for Thursday predicts that Carly might not be hiding an affair, a mistake, or even some other reckless decision. No. I think Carly might be hiding something that could shatter Brennan's world, and Lucas might be the first person brave enough, or angry enough, to tell her straight to the point. And honestly, this is where I feel Thursday's episode could get nasty in a very personal way, because Lucas confronting Carly does not feel like a casual family argument. It does not feel like one of those "I'm worried about you" talks where everyone calms down after 5 minutes. In my opinion, this feels like Lucas walking in with something already burning in his chest. He has heard enough. He has watched enough. And now he is done pretending Carly's choices only affect Carly. I could be wrong, but I think Lucas may realize that Carly has been moving around Brennan's orbit with far more danger than she wants to admit. And the shocking part is, I do not think Lucas is simply worried that Brennan will break her heart. That would be too easy. I think Lucas may suspect that Carly is protecting Brennan from something, or worse, that Brennan is protecting Carly from something she does not even fully understand yet. This is just my interpretation, but if Lucas confronts Carly, the most explosive version of that confrontation is not him asking, "Are you seeing Brennan?" It is him asking, "What did you let him pull you into?" That is a completely different level of fear. That is not gossip. That is not romance. That is a warning bell. And Carly, oh Carly, she always has that look when she is cornered. The look that says she is offended, but also calculating. She will probably push back hard. She may tell Lucas that he does not know what he is talking about. She may remind him that she has survived mob wars, kidnappings, courtroom disasters, Sonny's chaos, Jason's sacrifices, and every twisted threat Port Charles has thrown at her. But Lucas is not a stranger. He is family. He knows the Carly who lies first and explains later. That makes him dangerous to her. I think Lucas may hit a nerve by bringing up Joss, not as an accusation, but as a fear. Because if Carly's connection to Brennan has put Joss anywhere near WSB danger, then Lucas has every right to explode. And I feel like that is the emotional core here. Lucas may not be confronting Carly because he wants to control her life. He may be confronting her because he sees a pattern. Carly thinks she can handle the fire. Then the fire spreads to her children, her family, her friends, and suddenly everyone else is coughing on the smoke. Now Brennan being alarmed, that is the part that tells me this story is bigger than a family argument. Brennan does not alarm easily. This man has ice in his veins. He can smile through threats. He can flirt while hiding 3 different agendas. So if Brennan is alarmed, something has shifted. Something unexpected has landed on his desk, or in his ear, or right in front of him. And I keep coming back to Britt. Britt spills a secret. That is the phrase that changes everything for me. Because Britt does not spill secrets for no reason. She may be impulsive, she may be sharp, she may say too much when she's irritated, but she's not careless in a simple way. If Britt spills something, I think it could be because someone corners her, pushes her, underestimates her, and she decides to weaponize the truth before someone else uses it against her. The question is, what secret? I do not think it should be a random medical secret. That would be too small for the setup. I think Britt may know something that connects Brennan's panic to Carly's danger. Maybe she knows Brennan has been watching someone inside the hospital. Maybe she knows a patient, a file, or a lab result has been quietly moved. Maybe, and this is the wild part, she knows that someone Carly trusts has already been compromised. See, this is where I feel the Thursday episode could twist. Lucas confronts Carly because he thinks Carly is too close to Brennan. Brennan becomes alarmed because Britt says something she was never supposed to say. Ethan grows suspicious because he notices the timing is too perfect. And Lucy, being Lucy, tries to provoke Ava right when everyone else is trying to keep secrets contained. That is not 5 separate stories. To me, that feels like 5 matches being struck around the same room. Ethan being suspicious is especially interesting because Ethan does not usually panic in the obvious way. He watches. He tests people. He acts like he is just hanging around, but his brain is moving. So if Ethan is suspicious, I think he may notice that someone's story does not match their behavior. Maybe Brennan says one thing but reacts too strongly to Britt's secret. Maybe Carly denies knowing something but her face gives her away. Maybe Sonny's name gets dragged into something Brennan does not want discussed. I feel like Ethan could be the outsider who sees the shape of the lie faster than the people standing inside it, and that makes him useful. Also annoying. Very annoying. In the best soap way. Because Ethan can walk into a room, hear one sentence, smirk a little, and suddenly everyone else looks guilty. In my opinion, Ethan's suspicion may not be about one person. It may be about an alliance. He may sense that Brennan and Carly are not simply connected by attraction or convenience. There may be a deal, a quiet understanding, a secret exchange of protection. Carly protects something for Brennan, Brennan keeps something away from the authorities, and both of them pretend it is just complicated adult chemistry. But Ethan may not buy it. And then we have Lucy trying to provoke Ava. Now, let me say this. Lucy provoking Ava is almost always entertaining, but I do not think this should be treated like comic relief. Not here. Not with Brennan alarmed and Britt spilling secrets. Lucy may look like she is just poking the bear because she enjoys drama, and yes, she probably does enjoy it a little too much. But I think Lucy may actually be fishing. Ava is not easy to shake unless the jab is close to the truth. So if Lucy tries to provoke her, I think Lucy may mention something Ava desperately wants buried. Maybe it is about money. Maybe it is about a deal. Maybe it is about someone Ava met when she claimed she was somewhere else. Or maybe Lucy has noticed that Ava's name keeps circling the same dangerous people Carly is trying to avoid discussing. And Ava, of course, will not crumble. She will smile. She will tilt her head. She will turn the insult back around. That is Ava's gift. But if Lucy lands the right hit, even Ava may blink. Just once. And sometimes, one blink is all a soap needs. I could be wrong, but I think Lucy's provocation may accidentally expose the emotional weak spot of the day. Ava may not be afraid for herself. She may be afraid of being connected to Brennan's mess, Britt's secret, or Ethan's suspicion. That would make her reaction sharper, less playful, more venomous. And that is what I want from this episode. I do not want everyone standing around explaining what happened yesterday. I want pressure. I want people walking into rooms, thinking they control the conversation, then realizing the conversation has teeth. Lucas may think he is confronting Carly privately, but what if that conversation sets off Brennan's alarm? What if Carly says one name she should not say? What if Lucas mentions Britt and Carly suddenly gets quiet? That silence would tell him more than any confession. Brennan may try to manage the damage, but if Britt has already spilled something, he cannot put it back in the bottle. And that is when I think we may see Brennan's polished mask slip. Not completely, just enough. A tightened jaw, a colder voice, a sudden need to leave the room. Those small signs matter with a character like him. Britt, meanwhile, may regret the secret the second it leaves her mouth. I can almost picture it. She says it with attitude, maybe even sarcasm, thinking she is shutting someone down. Then the room changes. The air changes. Someone reacts too strongly. And Britt realizes, oh, that was not just information. That was leverage. That kind of moment is delicious because it makes the secret feel alive. Suddenly everyone wants it, fears it, or wants to bury it. And Ethan watching all of this, that is where my mind goes. I think Ethan may not confront anyone immediately. He may connect two dots and keep the third to himself. That is smarter. Let Brennan sweat. Let Carly deny. Let Ava snap at Lucy. Let Britt pretend she did not just open a door she cannot close. Ethan can stand back and realize the same thing the audience realizes. These people are not reacting to separate problems. They are reacting to the same hidden threat from different sides. This is just my interpretation. But I feel the most dramatic possibility is that Thursday's episode reveals the beginning of a secret chain. Carly is tied to Brennan. Brennan is tied to Britt's secret. Britt's secret makes Ethan suspicious. Ethan's suspicion points toward Ava. Lucy provokes Ava and accidentally exposes that Ava knows more than she should. Messy? Yes. But Port Charles lives for messy. And I like that this version keeps the drama personal, because it is not just danger is coming. Danger is always coming on General Hospital. The better question is, who invited it inside? Who made a private choice that is now becoming a public disaster? For Carly, the cost could be trust. Lucas may walk away from that confrontation feeling like Carly is lying to his face. And when family stops believing Carly, that hurts her more than she admits. She can fight enemies all day. But disappointment from someone who loves her, that cuts deeper. For Brennan, the cost could be control. If he is alarmed, then someone has disrupted the structure he built. And Brennan without control is probably more dangerous, not less. For Britt, the cost could be exposure. She may have spilled a secret, but now people will wonder why she knew it in the first place. That is the trap. The person who reveals the secret often becomes part of the secret. For Ethan, the cost could be curiosity. He may start pulling threads, and Port Charles threads usually come attached to knives. For Ava, the cost could be pride. Lucy may provoke her into saying too much, reacting too hard, or making one of those elegant Ava threats that sounds beautiful but practically screams guilt. I think the episode could end with everyone pretending they still have the upper hand, while the audience knows they absolutely do not. Carly may stand firm. Brennan may act calm again. Britt may brush off what she said. Ethan may keep his suspicions quiet. Ava may laugh in Lucy's face. But underneath all of that, something has shifted. And honestly, that is the kind of Thursday setup I love. Not a clean explosion, a slow crack in the glass. The kind where you hear it before you see it. Because once Lucas confronts Carly, he cannot unknow what he sees in her reaction. Once Brennan is alarmed, he cannot pretend the threat is imaginary. Once Britt spills that secret, silence becomes impossible. Once Ethan gets suspicious, someone is getting watched. And once Lucy provokes Ava, one wrong word could turn a petty clash into a full-blown war. I could be wrong, but I feel this episode is not really about one secret coming out. It is about 5 people realizing the same secret may already be moving through Port Charles, just wearing different faces